Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, you are going to learn and stitch this beautiful kimono. This kimono is cut together with sleeve. So the body and sleeve was cut together. So trust me, it is easy to cut and stitch. So let's get started. So I'm using this Ankara fabric. So you can use any fabric of your choice. So these 3 yards of Ankara. So I've folded it into two. You can see the folded parts. So you can use crepe, executive material, and so on. So after folding it into two, so the first part will be for the front piece, while the second part will be for the back piece. So you confirm your length measurement, and this is the breadth. So I'm using the breadth of the Ankara. Ankara is usually by 45 inches. So you slash it into two to separate the front piece and the back piece. So after that, I'm going to fold it into two. So I'll fold it separately, the front piece separate and the back piece separate. So I'll fold it into two. So you confirm your sleeve length measurement. So Ankara is surely by 45. When folded, we have about 22 and a half. So I'll split it open. This is the front piece. So I've set aside the back piece. So you open the back piece. So this is the back piece. So I place it on the front piece. You can see the front piece is opened. You can see you cut it, slash it to two. So the back piece is folded, so you don't need to cut it. You can see. So after that, you measure 12 inches vertically. You can see the way I'm placing the table. So that's where I'm going to place my bust measurements. Bust divided by 4 plus 2. So I'm going to place my bust measurements there. So you can measure the vertical measurement first, the bust, the waist, the hip. So measure the bust measurement. This is my waist area, and this hip area. So I will now measure my horizontal measurement. Bust the waist divided by 4 plus 2. That's where I put here. So as hip area, you calculate your hip divided by 4 plus 2. So that's what I put there. So at the hem, the down area, so what you have at the hip area, that's what you measure at the down area, your length. This is the length. So in this tutorial, I'm using length 45 inches. So I still have excess. So I measured, so 30 inches at the hip area. So I'll place the 30 inches at the hem part. So you can fold it. So that's what I will fold. So in this tutorial, I'm making the 45 inches for the length of my kimono. So if you want it longer, just measure it. You can make it longer. If you want it shorter, you can reduce the 45 inches. So from the hem, I connect it to the hip area, then to the waist, then I now join it with this sleeve. So the sleeve to the waist, waist to the hip to the hem. So don't make it sharp. You can just use your hand to cuff. So don't let it to have sharp edges. So this is what I'm going to cut out now. So before that, so we need to measure the neck area, the shoulder slant. So for this, you measure 4.5 inches for the neck breadth. Then I measure 1.5 for the shoulder slant, and I roll like this. Neck area, I measure 4.5 from the further side and 1.5 for the shoulder slant. Then I roll it. This is the sleeve mouth area. So the back neck length will be about 1.5 inches. So I use 1.5 inches for the back length. Then you cut it like this. So you follow this shocking. You can see how easy it is. So if you have any question, you can put it in the comment section. I'll attend to it. So next thing now, I'm going to cut out the neck part. Ensure that you don't cut the front piece together. So after cutting, you can see that I've cut only the back piece. Then I cut the shoulder slant together like this. You can see. So I don't need this. Set it aside. So the back piece, so you can notch where you folded, so to know the length of the kimono where it stop. So this is the back piece. So set it aside. So this is the front piece. So I'm going to cut about 2.5 from this side, from up to down, so that will replace it with the shiny face I have here. So this is shiny face. You can use dot face, dashes, so any material of your choice. So this soft stay, very very soft stay. It is called BFF in our area here. So I'm going to iron it on the wrong side of this shiny face to make it firm. So now place it. I'll attach it to this Ankara here. So I'm trying to measure the 2.5 inches so that it will be straight. Then I'll cut it out. So I'll place it with the shiny face. So I've cut it out, and this is the dashes. I've ironed the soft stay on it. So I've ironed the soft stay on the shiny face. So I'm going to fold it like this. So this shiny face is usually by 16 inches, so we can't have the length you want. So you have to cut maybe like 2 or more than 2, then you join it together, then you fix it the front parts of the Ankara, of the kimono. So join it, then you stitch the front piece with the back piece at the shoulder, then you join it. So you stitch it like this, just to have one. So before that, so you measure, the front piece of this kimono has V shape neck. So you measure 2 inches by 8. Then slant is like this. So 2 inches. by 8 inches. 8 for the length and then 2 inches for the breadth for the front piece. So this 2 inches there. This side is 8 inches. So you just take your curve there, you cut it, you chalk it like this. So you cut it out, and this is for the front piece. So you can shape the side. So next thing for us to do now is to take it to the same machine that will stitch at the shoulder. You can see it, stitch it. It's, so I've done that already. So I've stitched it and I've overlocked. I've done the overlocking at the shoulder. So the front and the back piece are now together. So I've ironed this out. This is the shiny face that I want to use it to tape the front part. You can see. So this is the center. So I cut 7 inches wide, 7 inches for the shiny face. So I folded it to two. So when folded, we have about 3.5. So I'll start from the center back, not the center back of this dress. So the center of the shiny face we align with the center back of this cloth. So I'll start my sewing from the center here, then like this, then do same to the other side. So and for the sleeve, so I cut 7 inches too for the wideness by the length of my sleeve. I think it's about 20 inches or so. So you stitch it by 1/2 inch. So I've done that already. You can see it's very easy to make. So take it to your pressing table, your iron. So I've stitched it and overlock it too. You can see the overlocking. So I've done that. So you can see the sleeve. So I've stitched it and overlock it too. You can see how beautiful it is. So next thing for us to do now is to stitch from the sleeve mount down to the hem. So you do that to the other side too and hem the down part. So this is the belt. So we have gained one of two things in this tutorial. Please like my video, share my video, and if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like and share my videos too. Thank you. God bless you. See you in my next tutorial.